Hey there. So today I'm going to be talking about This Beat Kiss, their very first greatest hits. What they called it, Greatest Kiss. So it was released on April 8th of 1997. So they played quite a bit of. There's quite a bit of songs on here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 songs on here. A lot of very popular songs on this album. So this here, I got this one here. Here's the back of it. So this is another one that I believe I got at a flea market years ago. So they played a lot of great popular songs. So it starts off with Detroit Rock City, which came off their Destroyer album. That was a big popular song of theirs. Which Destroyer, that album, I think that album there pretty much kind of get them on the map, pretty much made them more successful. I think that album did. Even though the album before that, Dressed to Kill, had, Rock and Roll All Night. But I think it was Destroyer which really kind of got them very more popular. I think that album did. After that is Hard Luck Woman, which that's a great song there. I believe Peter Criss sings lead vocals on that. And that's off their 1976 album, Rock and Roll Over. Which that song there listening to that song, it kind of sounded a little familiar. It sounded a little bit like Rod Stewart. One of his songs, what song was it? Maggie May, Do You Wear It Well? Is kind of similar style. Kind of reminded me a little bit of that song. After that is Sure Know Something, which is a great song. Which there is a music video for that if you want to check that out. So that was off their 1979 album Dynasty, which some people that album there Dynasty, that kind of what I heard about. I had that album. That's a good album. But what I heard about that was it was kind of that kind of disco rock, and a lot of people probably stopped listening to them because of that. Even though I found it was a really great song. I really enjoyed that album. That is a great album. After that is Deuce, which was the author's debut album. That's a great rocking tune. Do You Love Me, another great song, which was off of Destroyer. I Was Made for Loving You, which was off Dynasty. Calling Dr. Love. That's a great song. That was off of Rock and Roll Over. Christine 16, another great classic, which was off their, what album was it? Love Gun. Another great song. Beth. And then after that is Beth, which is a great kind of rock ballad, which Peter Criss sings lead vocals on that. And that was off of Destroyer, and that was kind of like a rock ballad, I would say. You know how some rock bands, hard rock bands and that, usually every now and then they might put out a ballad on one of their albums, like at least one or whatever. And the rest is kind of like hard rock, or heavy metal, which is good, I find. And it became a pop. I really enjoy that song. That's a great song. After that is Strutter, which is off their debut album. Great hard rocking tune, definitely for sure. Which, amazing song. Cold Gin, another great song, which was off their debut album. Plaster Caster, which was off their Love Gun album, another great song. Rock and Roll All Night, which a lot of people, you're not really familiar with Kiss. You probably know that song, Rock and Roll All Night, which became a very popular song of theirs. Flamin' Youth, which was off of Destroyer. And then they had a song called Two Sides of the Coin, which was off their Unmasked album from 1980. And that's around the time when they did those two albums, like I said, Dynasty. It was Dynasty and Unmasked. So those two albums were like kind of disco rock, which I think a lot of people that were like listening to Kiss all those years from 74, all the way up until 70, 78, and in 79, 1980, all of a sudden it was kind of like this disco style to it. And then the very last song is Shout It Out Loud. And this, so they played a lot of great classics. Shout It Out Loud, which was off of their Destroyer album, which I believe, like I said, that album there, I think, which really kind of made them very popular with that album. So it only took them about their fourth album, I think it was their fourth album, fourth or fifth, until it kind of got them very successful. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 songs on this album here. There's the inside of it. So yeah, it says here, Detroit Rock City. Paul Stanley is on lead vocals on that one. Like I said, Hard Luck Woman, Peter Criss sang lead vocals. Sure Knows Something, Paul Stanley did. Deuce, Gene Simmons sang lead vocals. Do You Love Me, Paul Stanley sang lead vocals. I Was Made for Loving You, which Paul Stanley, I believe, sang lead vocals on that. Calling Dr. Love, Gene Simmons sang lead vocals. Christine 16, Gene Simmons, I believe, sang lead vocals on that. Beth, which Peter Criss sang lead vocals. Strutter, Paul Stanley sang lead vocals. Cold Gin, which that's a great song. Paul Stanley sang lead vocals on that. Plaster Caster, which Gene Simmons sang lead vocals on that. Rock and Roll All Night, I believe Paul Stanley sang lead vocals on that, as well as Flamin' Youth. That's a great song. And then Two Sides of the Coin, Ace Frehley sang lead vocals on that, and then Shout It Out Loud, Paul Stanley sang lead vocals on that one. But yeah, great album. Like I said, this here I believe was like their first kind of like greatest hits. I'll go through the songs again. So there's Detroit Rock City, Hard Luck Woman, Sure Knows Something, Deuce, Do You Love Me, I Was Made for Loving You, Calling Dr. Love, Christine 16, Beth, Strutter, Cold Gin, Plaster Caster, Rock and Roll All Night, Flamin' Youth, Two Sides of the Coin. The very last is Shout It Out Loud. So, let me know what you think down in the comments. So, like, two more to do. So hopefully get it done today. And then I have more, like I said, I have a lot more albums to do. So make sure to hit that thumbs up. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. And bye.